We about to start this bullshit. Let's see if we Hey man, this shit wild as I don't know what though. Hey, so man, what you think about the little gymnast brides? They got that woman banned for 8 years for cussing at them and shit, man.
She should have been cussing at them.
But see, man, I'm gonna tell you something. I know you are an anti-bullying person, so. But do you think 8 years was too steep, man?
Nah.
Eight
Know
years for
why?
bullying?
Because punishment's been too lax for so long that it's allowed stuff like this to go on for too long. And this obviously wasn't an isolated incident.
Right.
It obviously was extreme to the point where they thought that it might have needed 8 years worth of suspension and
And that's what they
stop cussing
came
at
up
people.
with.
You know what
But
I'm saying? There's other words in the language than to be cussing at your subordinates. That ain't right.
man, but you know what though? The woman has a track record of winning, right? Obviously, they wouldn't have put her in charge or to be a coach of the Olympic team if she didn't. Uh, I think when you talking about the Olympic team, you talking about the best of the best. So my thing is this: you should already come with some type of mental strength. Like I shouldn't be able to break you down by cussing at you. If you on the Olympic team, that's what I'm saying. Like that shit is for like YMCA type shit. You know, you might not even see that in AAU ball or nothing like that. So for you to make it to the Olympic team, you should already be past all that because you're not going to beat Simone Biles and all that shit. You need Bobby Knights of the world. You need coaches that's going to kirk you out because everybody is motivated differently. And
And see, that's the point. You just said it. Everybody's motivated differently. And the people that she was cussing at that
they
didn't
ain't
get
like that
motivated
shit.
by that is why she is 8 years out of her job.
Yeah.
Because I can motivate you and 10 other people without ever having to belittle you or down you. Because I got a degree in psychology, I know what to do. I pulled you to the side. If I wanted to belittle you, I pulled you to the side and did it to you.
Right.
I didn't do it in front of nobody because what I know is that that's going to give me 8 years banned from this sport. You can't just do that. It's 2020. They're not going to let you do whatever you want to do to people no more. It's a brand new day. And me, 8 years in, I need to learn some sensitivity training. I need to learn how to speak to people. It's a way to motivate all people. Belittling them and cursing at them is not the way in a lot of cases. And what it'll do is get you 8 years span from the sport that you look.
All right, but check this though. They ass better win some medals though. I guarantee
They don't
you.
have to win no medals.
I
They don't have
bet
to win no medals.
they gonna have
She
to.
still gonna be fired. They don't have to. They don't have to win no
Dog,
medals.
let them come back
All
with
she's
no
gonna
medals.
find out is that you cannot talk to people like that without getting 8 years of ban.
Dog,
She set the precedent.
right
She just
now.
set the precedent. So from now on, regardless of whether they win medals or not, ain't nobody else talking to nobody like that, dog, because you might get yourself 8 years banned.
Let me say this, Pete, and then we gonna move on. Everything is cyclical. If they go to Japan or Tokyo or wherever, and they don't come back with no medals, they gonna switch it up, dog. I'm telling you.
They could be. The society we live in is a piggyback society. You're
Right.
telling me I'm the best at my craft.
Right.
I just saw a person get banned for 8 years. I get no money for 8 years.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what they doing. I know one thing I'm not doing is going in there and cussing at them kids no more because they set a precedent that said if you cussing at those kids, you getting 8 years banned. So you didn't do nothing, B, but make the other people more sensitive to the situation. Now I ain't gonna say that they ain't gonna fire the next person if she don't go to the lip and get a goal, but the very person after her is still not gonna be like that motherfucker that got banned for 8 years because you're not gonna do that. That's dumb.
And that's true. But winning trumps everything, P. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
and
leave it at
losing
that.
your job and your livelihood trumps everything, B. You're not, you, Barry, it's not about to train no kids cussing at them. If you know that the last person that was cussing at them
Listen,
got fired for 8 years and you
P.
can't tell me nothing else.
If we
So we might as
go,
well move the goal because that's
we
some
are gonna
bullshit.
move. But we go if they go to the Olympics and they don't medal. We might be able to deal with one time. They do that shit twice. They gonna have some kids getting cussed at.
You
Fuck that.
coach track.
Yes, I do.
they got a really, really, really good job coaching track that you qualify for.
Right.
You're being considered for it.
Right.
What you know is that the last person
But see,
can I finish? Got fired for X, Y, and Z.
Right.
You are not going in there with the plan of X, Y, and Z, and it's not nothing unless you're retarded.
Right.
You're not going in there with X, Y, Z because you just saw X, Y, Z get banned for 8 years.
But just like
so, that goes for you. That goes for the person after you and the person after you, because you're not cussing at those kids if it's your job's on the line. And that's my opinion, and I'm not gonna speak nothing else on it.
Okay, but fair enough. Like you said, everybody is different. Folks with different strokes with different folks. Everybody got their own method.
I asked you though, would you?
Would I?
We're talking about you.
Yeah. To me, yes, because like you said, everybody.
So you telling me they fired the last person cussing at the kids, and you came in there cussing the kids too?
Let me finish, because like you said, every kid is different. Some people, they react differently to different stimuli. So you talking about if this kid performs better after I cuss him out, then that's what I'm gonna do. If I need to butter this one up, then that's what I'm gonna do, because everybody different, and that's what I'm gonna say. So I mean, you can't say because this kid don't like getting cussed at, this one don't.
No, all I can say is good luck with your next job trying to do the next chapter. You know what I'm saying? Because they just told you. No, listen. That's dumb, B. They just told you that if you cuss at these kids, we're firing your ass and banning you for 8 years. And your thought was, I'm going to go in there and cuss at some kids. Man, get the fuck out of here.
I was going to cuss at. I said each kid is a singular person. You can't put them all under the same umbrella. That's all I'm saying. It
ain't about them. It's about you. It's not about them. It's about you. Because out of the 20 people that person got fired for, it was only 3 or 4 people that didn't like it. That's got nothing to do with them. It's got to do with you. I'm not going to risk my career over them.
Let me. So if you got the next Usain Bolt, the next LeBron, and they respond to you cussing their ass out, what are you supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? This person is your meal ticket, and if cussing them out,
what you're supposed to do is identify the people that respond to that.
Right, and that's what I just said.
Pull them to the side and deal with that.
That's what I just said.
If you want to use the same approach the last person used, you're gonna lose. That's what I'm talking about. And I didn't ask you about what you would do. Listen to me. I never said what would you do differently. I never asked you that. I asked you, would you do the same thing that they just did? That's what we're talking about.
And what
we're not talking about you as an individual. I know you're smart. I hope that you're smarter than that.
And what I said was that I would figure out which kids responded to that type of.
I agree with, but that didn't answer my question. I asked you, using the same position, that person, would you do what they just did? You would not, because you ain't that stupid. You changed up your. You just told me you changed up your approach. You picked the Usain Bolt that agree with that. But the sophomore person, you didn't do that to her.
But listen, P, this is an Olympic coach, so they at the highest level of coaching anyway. So apparently that was working for her. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't like it wasn't effective. It just she just got caught up.
It didn't work for 6 other people. Then that person got banned for 8 years.
All right, so fair enough. Let's move on, man.
What you want? Motherfucker lost his job for 8 years.
It's still some bullshit.
Stop cussing at your kid.
Man, cuss they little ass out, man. Cuss them out, man.
Because it's ways to speak. Even if he cuss that, it's ways to speak at them without belittling them, y'all. It's psychology to life, dog. You gotta find out how to identify with a person, dog. And cussing them out.
I hear what you're saying, Pete, but everybody respond differently. That's all I'm saying.
Me out, you gonna get yourself banned for 8 years.
Hey man, I'm saying stop.
Because I didn't like the way the person was talking to me. You know what I'm saying? And look, and they weren't even really talking to me. I was like, they talking to them like that.
All I'm saying, stop being so
I'm out.
goddamn soft all the time. You understand? Like, man, Simone,
You gotta know what you're worth.
you competing against Simone Biles.
You need to know what you're worth.
You have to be strong mentally.
You got to know what you're worth. And you cussing me out ain't gonna make me run no faster. I'm trying to tell you that.
Man,
it ain't gonna make me cook no better. If anything, it made me put something in your food.
You never know, P. But man, listen, man. Welcome back to another edition of the Are We Not Men Show. It's me, B, and as always, I got the homie P. How you doing, brother, man? You still corona free?
Yes.
All right, me too, bro. I like the sound of that, man. Let me ask you, man. As we look down a week or two from now, we talking about slowly trying to get back to normal. What is your thoughts? I mean, do you have any fears or you know, what are your expectations on trying to get back to normal amid this pandemic?
There are no expectations. I'm a conspiracy theory guy, and with that being said, I've told y'all before that I think that the regular average conspiracy theory is inadequate. It don't even begin to address with the situation, because we've got our conspiracy. They said it was the 5G towers. Right. They said it might be, it's an election year, and they do that on election years. They said that it was, you know, about the rich getting richer, and you know, they said it was, they had a few things, and they all are valid things. But I have the definitive conspiracy theory.
What's the definitive conspiracy theory?
It's a three-prong theory.
Okay, what's number
based
one?
On 3 things. Number one,
right,
to eliminate the weak.
Okay.
Eliminate the weak means more than what you might think. It's the elderly that can have enough sense to vote against the populist powerful. It's the people that are weak, because if you go back to the times of the Holocaust, it wasn't just the Jews they exterminated. They exterminated the people that had handicaps, right, any of the people that had any sort of weakness. So it's part of the power control grab. Eliminate as many of the weak as possible.
Let me say this, though, but I mean, I get what you're saying, eliminate the weak, but see, this thing is unique to each individual. So even if you may be considered weak, it might not take you out. You can still...
It's not about you being considered weak.
Right.
It's about you being weak, because only the strong survive. And that's just the law of nature.
That is.
It's got nothing to do with nothing else. Only the strong survive, whether it's in the jungle, whether it's in the woods, whether it's at work, whether it's on the football field, whether it's on the baseball field, wherever it is, right, only the strong survive. And this thing that they introduced to us is about, number one, eliminating the weak. Because if you were stronger, you'd survive. Look how listen to me. It affects all gaps of people.
Right, and that's my thing.
So that is why the strong survive. It's got nothing to do with who was considered to be weak. It's some people with sickle cell that made it. It's some people that was old that made it. It's some people with heart disease that made it. It's some people that seemed like they were healthy and they died.
And yes,
it's about eliminating the weak.
So how do you explain that? Because you might have a top level athlete that took care of their body and just got.
I explained that by telling you that he was weak. See, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter that he was.
It does matter, because
not to me. You're asking me about my theory,
right?
You can't tell me it matters when we're talking about my theory. My theory has got to do with the fact that the president of the United States has lost close allies to this disease.
Right.
People are Boris, whatever, from England had the disease. The Prime Minister of Great Britain had it, disease.
Right.
He's in the midst of beating it right now.
Right.
It's got they said, look, we're going to throw it out there. If you can survive it, you can. If you can't, you can't.
Right. And I agree with you. But see, that my only issue with what you're saying, and I agree with you, is that it is going to take out the weak. But see, there's got to be some commonality when you say weak. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's no commonality, because the word weak means weak. Whether you're weak at spirit, whether you're weak at faith, whether you're weak at health, whether you're weak at mind, whether you're weak at body, however you're weak,
But see,
Weak is
P,
weak, and they want to eliminate the weak.
you talking on like some spiritual shit. We talking
I'm talking on
scientifically
the
weak,
weak.
man. Like,
You asked me,
yes, and
there
I'm gonna
had to be
ask
some
you.
commonality on weak. I'm telling you, the commonality on weak
Right.
is weakness. If you're weak and you couldn't survive this disease, they didn't care nothing about you. They don't care that you're their ally. They don't care that you were a billionaire.
Right.
It's the first prong of this disease is to eliminate the weak. And that's just it.
Okay.
You can try whatever you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to do, but it's about the weak.
All
Either
right.
you're strong or
So
you're weak. You weak, you die.
That's up. That's debatable. But what's
That's
number
number
two,
one.
brother? Number two, bro.
Number two is fear factor.
Okay.
It's designed to scare the people into voting or allowing the public to give up their rights. What I use to equate it is 9/11. 9/11, you're telling me that you have these terrorists and they spend the whole lives from being an infant on how to destabilize the country and do terrorist stuff. On 9/11, the best thing they could come up with is to steal a couple of planes with some box cutters and kill a couple of thousand people.
Right.
It was obviously a domestic attack. It was designed in order to make the people so scared that they give up their rights. Nobody voted against the NSA. Nobody voted against TSA. Nobody voted against what's the other agency that they made up after all of this?
Oh,
Because
Homeland
they
Security
said
and shit. Yeah.
Homeland Security.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the one I wanted. So what we did was we said, okay, shit, man, we'll go through the extra security.
Right.
We'll
Right.
get real IDs. We'll do whatever you ask us to do in the name of security.
Right.
But they killed a couple of thousand people. I'm not diminishing that. People lost their lives. People lost their family. There's 100 million some people in the country.
Nah, 300 million. 300 million.
Think about it, people. They scared us into giving up our rights. If you were a terrorist, you're telling me that that's the best plan you could come up with? Steal some planes with some box cutters?
Okay.
So with that in mind, I use that to bring us back to the forefront with the disease.
Right.
Right now, I told you a couple of weeks ago that it's about it's a pandemic, not an epidemic.
Right.
So what's in the pandemic? It's pandemonium.
Right.
That's panic is in the word pandemic. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It caused a panic, but the data does not support the panic.
Okay. Stay right there. Right there. Let me say something. Let me finish
my whole theory. You can say whatever you want because it's my theory that we're discussing.
Right, but let me jump real quick. Based on what you saying, okay, I get the fear, and you right. And we almost 2 months, a month and a half into this, right? All right, do you feel like that fear is starting to subside a little bit?
Back to what I was saying, because that what you just said just destroyed what the topic of the show is. You fucking this up.
I'm asking you a question. That's a legitimate question, Pete.
That's a question that's got to be discussed after I finish the theory.
Okay, finish it. Okay, finish.
You understand what I'm saying? You missed the theory. You asked me about the theory. Let me tell you the theory.
Okay.
Number two, it's got to do with scaring the people into giving up their rights.
Right.
And this is my point. They're saying we need to develop a vaccine.
Right.
What they want is for you to give up the right to not take that vaccine, so that they can vaccinate you. Then they can put all the stuff in you that they've been wanting to put in you. The tracers, the scanners, the stuff that they've been, the microchips, all the stuff they've been wanting to put in you. Now we can put it in you because you just said we're so scared of these diseases that we have to do that. Now that's my point. Now back to what you were saying. Yes, the panic has subsided.
Right.
But that's the point too. Because it's all set up because there's a second wave coming.
Right. So
while the people said, okay, it's cool, when the next million people come through that ups the numbers that I've been telling you don't coincide,
right.
That's when you're really going to give up your freedom and say everybody needs to be vaccinated. We always got to wear masks, and it's all designed to give up more of your freedom to give up more of your power so that the powerful stay power and the less powerful don't.
And I'm gonna say, I mean, I agree with you, uh, because especially on the Fed note, because but I'm with you as far as the numbers too, because if you really think about it, I mean, what we up to like 60. It's not even 100,000 deaths, is it?
If it's not 100,000 and there's 400,000 people, 400 million people in the country,
Yeah, that's not even
that's
1%,
no
and that's
number.
what I'm
That's
saying.
not even 10%. That's
That's
not
not
even
1%.
1%.
That's not even 1%. And
Not
I'm with you.
1%. And I've been telling you that for
Yeah,
weeks. I'm
and
like, the numbers don't add up.
I totally agree with you on that point, because that's not 1%. Like if it was like 5%, I would say, oh shit, maybe we got a problem. But less than 1% is not enough. And with the fifth factor thing you talking about, but see, what you looking at now is the people protesting. Uh, I guess fighting to kind of like get back to some
It's
type
all
of
by
normalcy.
design.
I mean,
It's
so
part of the plan.
now
It's part of the plan.
with this second wave that's about to hit, because we about to
It's a
loosen
part
up.
of the plan to facilitate the second wave.
Right.
You got your president. Listen to this. You got your president who's not a doctor
right,
or scientist or nothing like that.
right,
He's coming on TV encouraging you to take stuff you ain't got no business taking.
but see,
He's coming on TV encouraging and tweeting for
right,
the protesters to be armed and do these things.
right,
It's all a part of their plan because, you know, they don't want the bad publicity. They're going to lax this stuff. They're going to open up the country. Another twice as many as whatever happens going to happen.
right.
And then they're going to be like, oh, shit, everybody needs to get vaccine. They're going to come up with a vaccine. Look, they're going to come up with a vaccine out the blue.
Okay.
About January, they're like, oh, yeah, we just figured it out.
Yeah, yeah.
By the time it's time to vote again, they're going to be like, well, we think everybody should have to have a vaccine. And then that's where they're going to get to put the chips and shit in you. You know what I'm saying?
But do you think, as an American, and this is a real question, you think we give a fuck about safety when it's summertime right now?
I don't think as an American we're educated enough to give a fuck about anything.
Yeah,
I think the average American is so oblivious to
right,
what's actually going on. They're not thinking about anything. It's evident with the people that when they say we're going to open up the state, the first thing you could do is go get a haircut.
Yeah.
Nigga, you need a haircut. You ain't got to go to work. What
Right.
you need a haircut for? Learn how to cut your own hair, fool. What's cool? You know what I'm saying? You sitting in the barbershop. You know, I'm not saying that it's that bad because it's not. I tell you, it's a panic thing. But at the same time, use your fucking head. It's all about getting y'all trapped up. They're going to kill a bunch of y'all. And they're going to move right on.
We going to kill ourselves, man. They ain't got to do shit. We going to kill ourselves. Okay. What's part 3, brother? What's part 3?
Part 3 is the alien agenda.
All right,
Part 3 is the alien. Part 3 is the alien agenda.
All right, okay. Explain the alien agenda right now.
I've been speaking to you for many a time that we're not alone in this universe. It's almost it's mathematically impossible that we are.
That's true.
So with that being said, I'm a student of that shit. I read reports, stuff people seen, stuff people said. I've been reading about stuff that goes back literally 200 years. You know, they got reports of sightings going back to when they first started reporting anything, period.
Right.
With that in mind, if you notice commercials nowadays, right, the emphasis is at this social distancing time, we must stay together. Any commercial you say, they talking we, us, them. 2 weeks ago, they put an American flag over the Swiss Alps in English, stand together or something like that. Why is that over there? What does that have to do with anything? 4 weeks ago, Joe Biden called President Trump and they had a conference and they said it went well and nobody cussed nobody out. Nothing bad came out of it. The emphasis on getting us together, emphasis is on keeping us calm and in a state to where we can understand these trying times so that when they drop the bomb on us, nobody panics. See, they're giving us the panic now so that when they tell us, look, oh yeah, the ozone layer is depleted so much that the ice is evaporated and the alien bases they had under there, they coming out.
Right.
So when the aliens come down or whatever, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how long it's going to happen, how long it's going to take to happen. But it's all designed to get the people together, New World Order style, so that they can not panic when they drop the bomb on us about the alien
which would
motherfucking
be. So
invasion.
you think the aliens will come in peace, or it's on some war shit?
I can't
You
even tell
don't
you
know.
that.
You just
I
know.
can't even
But
tell
see,
you that
over the.
because this is my theory. If they was coming on some rowdy shit, they should have been came.
But
Cause
listen,
you know,
but over the past, I guess ever since Trump took office, he been hitting that it's some aliens out there. Cause remember he was like he was gonna do the Space Force shit, and then like probably once a season they'll have like some UFO sightings. They like the pictures are becoming clearer and clearer. Cause you know you used to have the grainy footage like the Bigfoot pictures and shit. You couldn't really tell.
last week CNN sent the
Yeah,
pictures out.
and
I
it's
sent
high
them to you.
definition shit, man. You know what I'm
Nah, it
saying?
wasn't even that. It was the fact that the government, for the first time that
Admitted
I
it.
know,
Right. Admitted it.
said, yeah,
Nah.
that
Who?
some
Okay.
shit's
Now
going on.
who was that before? It because the Navy sent out some shit. Was it the Navy or was it the Air
The
Force?
government, the United States government, has
Yeah.
never officially came out and said, yeah. Some
It's some
fishes, they
shit out
always be
here.
like, I don't know, we did not, it was a weather balloon or whatever. This is the first time I've ever read anything where the government was like, and then they asked the president himself, and he had something to say about it.
Right.
They always deny. It's plausible deniability, always denied it or made it look like it was nothing.
Okay.
This is the first time in history I've ever remember the government saying, we ain't saying it ain't.
Yeah, but it is.
We ain't gonna say
Alright,
it is.
so
We ain't saying it ain't.
fuck everything. What you think? What's your 3-step conspiracy? How do you? I mean, is there an answer for anything, or we just this is just
Is
what
there
your
an end
thought?
game?
Yeah.
You want to know the end game?
I mean, I know what do you think the answer, or how do we rectify this situation? I mean,
Be woke. Be
but
woke,
see,
like you tell me, to pay attention to what's going
yeah,
on and prepare yourself for what's going to happen. Because when anything happen, you're not going to be able to do nothing about it.
right,
It's going to have nothing to do with you. You do need to understand that when they say, "Oh yeah, let's vote for everybody," don't vote for that shit.
right,
You do need to understand that when the aliens come or whatever goes on, be prepared for the stock market crashes, or if you're going to get your water and supplies, get your stuff together. You need to be prepared. Is the only thing that I can say, because we as human beings, individuals, what the fuck you gonna do
but P,
about anything?
I'm gonna say this: the answer ain't no answer. The answer is this, as we've been saying all along.
Don't be
People,
stupid.
people ain't shit. And as long as people
Nah,
ain't
that ain't
shit,
the answer.
that is
That's
the answer,
exclusive.
dog.
The answer
Listen,
is don't be stupid.
listen.
You know what I'm saying?
The answer is people ain't shit, because no matter if you look at it right now, either way you look at it, people ain't being shit right now. So whether you sitting in the house or whether you going out, people ain't shit. And that every time we look at it from that standpoint, we'll be able to see that this is why all this shit is happening. So this next wave that's about to take place is because people ain't shit. Like the government has been telling you for months now, since January, stay your ass or get the fuck away from me. You know what I'm saying? So until they really make adjustments, I mean like some real
Stop being
adjustments.
some shit.
Yeah, people ain't shit, and don't be stupid. Like I think it's just that simple, man.
It's circular. Did you see the report last week that the New York Post put out, where the world intelligence figured out that China released that shit
Yeah,
and knew they had released that
they knew
shit and
that
was
shit,
hiding it
man.
from the world and
Yeah,
all that shit? You saw that shit?
yeah. But see, you gotta think though. When you look at they knew from day one, they knew the shit came from China. But what they did, they didn't lock shit down. They slept on this shit, and they figured that it was just gonna stay in China. But this shit spread. But I mean, you know,
That ain't what they figured.
hindsight is
But they,
2020.
that ain't what they figured. What they figured was nothing, because it's all part of their plan. It was,
Well, yeah,
it's a
yeah,
plan.
yeah.
It's a worldwide conspiracy. It's not a United States government conspiracy. It's about keeping the powerful powerful and keeping the people without power.
And that's
Simple as
fair
that.
enough.
And knowledge is power. So if you don't educate yourself on what the fuck is going on around you, you're gonna vote for Donald Trump.
But see, at the same time, people ain't shit, and we don't give a fuck about the next person. So now, that's why this is never going to work, no matter how we look at this. Cause
I got
people ain't
600
shit.
waters every week I buy 120 waters. And I'm saying when it goes down, water is gonna be one of the main commodities because if nobody's working the power plant, if nobody's working the water plant, if nobody's working the gas plant, you got no utilities, you definitely gonna have to drink some water.
Oh, let me ask you this, brother, though, on some real shit, man. When the shit go dark, you stand up there or you getting the fuck out of there?
Hopefully, I've already be gone by the time it go dark. But if not, if I get caught in right here,
right,
I'm gonna have to hunker down.
Okay.
But hopefully I already be. I got a plan to be gone.
All right.
But hopefully I got a plan. Hopefully I'll be gone by the time it go to what me and you was really talking about.
Right.
You know, you and I, we know what we're talking about.
Right.
I'm hoping to be gone by then. You know, my people got land down North Carolina
too. Get the fuck out of there, man. You're gonna have to get the fuck out of there.
You know, my people got land down North Carolina too. You know what I'm saying? I've been looking at Tennessee. I want to stay on my house and move to Tennessee. They said Tennessee got the cheapest land in the country. I'm gonna give me a mountain piece, cut out the mountain. And but in the meantime, between time, if it go down while I'm here, I'm gonna have to hunker down.
Okay. Well, you prepared for that, right?
I just told you I got 600 waters. I'm buying 120 waters every week.
We about to go
favorite. Buying 120 waters every week, dog.
All right, man.
They should have told me, dog. They fucked up. I'm the hoarding master. They just started some shit is what you did.
We about to go to the PAS moment of the week. Here we go. And our PAS moment goes to any of you people that's out here going out into this world for bullshit at this moment in time. You understand me? I know we've been held up in our homes and we've been just isolated to a certain extent. But you know, right now when they tell you that you can go back out and the first thing you do is go line up to get a pair of Jordans, man, there's something fundamentally flawed with you, man. Number one, it ain't that fucking important. Like I can see when these people telling you there's a chance that the food supply might get fucked up. I get that if you go stand in line for some food. But to go stand in line and wait hours when we supposed to be socially distant from one another for some fucking Jordan tennis shoes, people ain't shit. So I don't know what to say. Trust me, dog. I want a haircut just as bad as anybody else, man. I get it, but I'm not about to put myself out there. I see you got your shit knotted up. But you know when I seen this story yesterday and seeing this shit in Atlanta, I was just like, oh my God, what's going on with people? You know what I'm saying? Like, are we as a people just that pressed to have Jordan shit? Let me ask you a question though. You a Jordan fan? I mean, as far as like sneakers.
To be honest with you, I never had a pair of Jordans.
I've had like one pair of Jordan. I've never really
had some Jumpmans, but I ain't never had a pair of legitimate Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I've never really been a big fan of Jordan sneakers either.
I like foam posits. You know what I'm saying? I like over $100-something. I need some foam posits. They're kind of hard. You can kick somebody in the face with some foam posits.
See, you thinking validly. I always like Barclays. I was never a real big Jordan fan. So
I like Barclays too, but they had 4 pair. You know what I'm saying? We 40.
But they was hard. But them 4 pair was hard as shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can't find them. Yeah, you know, Jordan is making a pair of Jordans every single year.
But it'd be the same shit. It'd just be a different color. And every year they go line up and stand outside for 20 fucking hours. You know what I'm saying?
They do.
For a new color. It's like, man, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Especially when this shit is out here. You know what I'm saying? So
they do.
Man, stay your ass at home. Order your shit online. There's no reason for you to go stand in line anymore. We got online e-commerce people. Sit in the house and do your shopping online. And I know it's slowed up a little bit, but man, order your shit online, man. So man, until the next time we see y'all, man, remember.
I disagree. You never asked me. It's my turn to talk.
I don't want to hit with them.
And for real, I'm gonna start it out like I always started out. People need to do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? If you want to stand your dumb ass online, go stand your ass in line and catch that disease because you're obviously one of the weak that they're trying to eliminate with the number one in my plant. So yeah, please stand your weak dumb ass in line and get that shit. But number two, what I'm saying is that's people. People are materialistic. It don't even make sense from a standpoint.
Right.
Period. They will line up to get their nails and their toes done. Learn how to cut your own fucking toes. Where can you go to show them off? You want some Jordans? Where are you going to wear the Jordans to? You can't go to the movies. They won't even let you go to the movies.
I'm gonna say this too.
Where you gonna wear them?
Let me say something real. Let me jump in real quick, ladies. Men don't give a fuck about your toenails.
I ain't never fucked no toes.
I ain't never fucked a toe. You understand me? You still
ain't never liked the woman or put the woman or tried to holler at a woman because she had some sexy toes.
Exactly.
It's never happened.
And if you do, guys, just throw on some motherfucking socks. You understand?
I don't like nails. When I see all that fake and all that long shit, that don't impress me none. I've never booked a woman or tried to talk to a woman or like the woman because she has some fancy nails.
You know what always troubles me when I see a woman with long nails? I always wonder how they wipe their ass.
Every single time. My niece, last time I seen my niece, her nails was that long. And you know, I said,
how does she wipe her ass?
I said, so what goes wrong with having a wipe her?
I mean, you got all kinds of germs and bacteria under your nails from wiping your ass.
I don't want to scratch my ass. You talking about
you
bacteria? That's one thing that's great, but goddamn, I can cut my ass. My nails ain't fake, and I can scratch myself on the wrong time and cut myself, so I can know having an open asshole. I don't want no bloody asshole.
And that's fair enough, brother. I got you. I'll put you on. Cause ain't nothing worse than a fucked up asshole, whether it's shitty or bloody.
How you gonna treat that shit, dog? Man. Peroxide? What you treat that shit?
That's all you can, and you gotta have somebody do it for you. You can't do it yourself.
Nah, you don't. You better not, cause who's letting in your ass? You know what I'm saying? Nobody getting in my ass. Fuck that shit.
But if your asshole bloody, you gonna need somebody to pour some peroxide on it. What are you talking about?
Nah, you get yourself something. You do what you gotta do, and you go in there yourself. You might have to get a mirror. You might have to do what you gotta do, but you don't let nobody in your ass. Ain't nobody looking inside of my ass. I don't even want to let nobody watch me wipe my ass. I think that's gross.
I just feel like, man, ladies, man, stay out the fucking hair salons, man. Right now, we all in the struggle. You still, like, this would be the prime time as a woman. You should be able to get anybody you want right now.
Take your weak ass right down there, catch that shit and go ahead and die. So that they can go ahead and fulfill the rest of what they trying to do, which is one of their lead. If you ain't smart enough to stay home, then go ahead and die.
And y'all hear from P. This is P's Conspiracy Theory 2020, man. So until the next time we see y'all, man, just realize people ain't shit. Hey, this bound to get worse before it get better. But at the end of all don't be stupid. So until the next time we see y'all, man, y'all be good. Peace.